This is going to be a weird way to explain this concept, but I'm going to do it anyways. And that is how to finally break up with your old self. And I know this sounds weird, but hear me out. It makes a lot of sense because a lot of us are committed to always thinking about the past, to always acting the same way, to always wallow on what has hurt us in the past. And yet we feel like, I want to outgrow this, but at the same time, we're so attached to it like a toxic motherfucking relationship. And that is where on today's episode, I want to share with you why it's finally time to break up with the old version of you and how to finally embrace the new you that's trying to be birthed and learning how to stop fighting the old but focus on the new. And that is what I want to share with you today, and how it's all going to make sense and why you're committed to the old version of you and how to start committing to the new version of you. Scooch, beautiful beings. Welcome back, AwakenOnes, on another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, so glad to have you here. If you've been on this journey with me so far, gang, only love, you know who you is. On this channel, I am an energetic activator here to assist you to awaken things you have yet to see with emotional awareness to assist you upon your spiritual evolution. But other than that, beautiful beings, if you want to know any more about me, go to my link in the description box or in the comment section below. You'll be redirected to my link tree, which will direct you to my Etsy shop where I sell dream catchers and jewelry, and then you'll be able to be redirected to my healing course, Awaken Prophecy, that assists you upon your healing journey to awaken to your purpose. And then also you'll be redirected to my website where I have services, tarot readings, dream interpretations, or even just one-on-one healing sessions, as well as all other merch that I render. And lastly, please go follow me and my homegirl Jessica Frias on Spotify at Mystify Reality, where we post new episodes every single Monday where we talk about things we feel need to be talked about in today's day and age. Now, lastly, beautiful beings, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. It really does help videos like this get out there into the world because we are awakening to a higher consciousness. And what happens when we awaken to a higher consciousness? We realize that we have to outgrow parts of ourselves that do not serve, no matter how uncomfortable they feel. Because here's the thing. In today's world, we admire lies. We give so much free, unconditional love to toxic people. We embrace lack of effort. We coddle people who make themselves a victim. And in return, we end up allowing ourselves to become so sensitive and taking in people's projections and make them our own when they're not. And even in today's world, a lot of people wear their pain as a badge of honor, but yet they belittle themselves and don't want to do anything to help better themselves. And that's why I want to share with you how to finally part ways with your old self, because it's so needed. Lately that saying is so relevant, and that is the one thing that's forever changing is energy. Therefore, we are energy in motion. We feel, we think, we have movement. Our body is consistently growing. Our bones are consistently growing. The planet is consistently growing. So that means our consciousness has to grow too. But the reason why I put it in this particular way, why we got to break up with that old part of us, is because in everyday world, we are committed to something. We're either committed to a job, to a marriage, to a relationship, to children, to friendships, to family, to chasing money, to our bills, to our heartaches, to the past. But yet, we are fighting that new version of us that wants to be birthed, that requires boundaries, that requires saying no, that requires letting people go, that requires breaking up, getting out of a marriage, that requires stop embracing the pessimism and the indoctrination of hatred and judgments. When we feel like we're ready to outgrow that. But when we feel like we're ready to outgrow that, and we have all these tests coming to us that try to wheel us back into the old ways, we feel like we have to fight the old way, and we don't focus on the new way of being. And that's why I want to share this concept, because we are committed to things that aren't serving us. You know, I have a lot of people in my life where lately a lot of people have been coming to me for advice, and I know I'm on the right path because I've gotten myself to a place where I don't seek validation, I don't seek love, I don't chase after anyone, I don't ask to hang out with anyone. That's not because I don't want to do anything or I think there's something wrong with me. It's just because I don't care. I'm so focused on the betterment of myself, and that means because I'm trying to help the energy within myself, because the more you allow yourself to focus on the new, the more you grow. You have to help yourself and the frequency within your body to grow. So that requires being alone. That requires being in isolation. That requires introspection. That requires taking different moves, different steps. And that's been me lately. I've been in a hermit mode. I've been not wanting to go out, not wanting to talk to a lot of people, because I am just elevating so much to the point, facing a lot of internal fears, that things I've been wanting to do and create in my life, I'm finally coming to a confident state where I'm like, I can finally fucking go after that, because I've committed to breaking up with that old version of myself. And here's the thing I want to share with you guys, is that we live in a coddle culture. A coddle culture is that everyone wants to be coddled and be validated with their labels, with their way of being, to the point that they want to emphasize with such aggression, I'm not confused. This is my opinion. You got to pay attention to that. And we do that in such aggressive, passive aggressive ways, to the point where we wonder why we're not getting the respect, the love, the effort that we deserve, is because we're not being authentic to ourselves. So the way to finally break up with that version of us that does not serve is to finally allow yourself to grieve. We live in a coddle culture that likes to victimize themselves. And when we stay in victimization, all we want is people's attention and validation. And therefore, we're not willing to serve that and give that to ourselves. But in order to break up with the old version of you, you have to allow yourself to grieve. And most people don't want to grieve the old, because that's how they found their identification of self, because of that pain, because of those heartbreaks, because of the past, because of that ex, because of that job, because of their parent that didn't love them. I'm not saying this to be insensitive, but I'm being real now. I've grown up with such tough love that I now have tough love. And it makes sense why I trigger people to the point they project upon me, or they think I'm the villain. It's because I don't tolerate bullshit. I'm the type of person, which I hope what I share with you in this video, you end up evolving into this person, is that you're not existing to be liked or loved. And you're not meant to tolerate people's poor behavior because they refuse to face their own traumas and their own shit that has brought heartache to their life. So I say this because the way to break up with the old version of you is to grieve that old version of you. Grieve it. Thank it, love it, give it gratitude, because that part of you has got you to this place that you are meant to be right now. And if you feel like you're not meant to be where you are right now, you're meant to be where you are right now, because that's bringing you to a place where you need to finally see what is going on inside and stop avoiding that. The only job we have on this planet is to discover ourselves, is to understand ourselves, and to separate ourselves from this world. Because when you do that, you learn how to think for you. You learn how to act for you. You learn how to do things that are for you, but not in a narcissistic way where you're seeking things out of falsity and being fake and being manipulative. No, you're doing this out of prioritizing yourself, because you come onto this planet by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself. You wipe your own ass, bro. You feed yourself. You're the only one clothing yourself. You're the only one who is able to solve your own problems. So yourself has to be the first priority. But our society teaches us how to neglect ourselves and always give ourselves to the point of depletion. But I share this with you is because that doesn't have to be you, and that's not who you're meant to be. So breaking up with the old version of yourself is finally committing to putting that part of you to rest, putting that pain to rest, to finally learn the lessons. For me, you guys, I've been crying so much out of gratitude, because my heart feels so filled. It's like all I could do is give thanks. And I feel like the reason why I've been crying a lot, even though I feel joy, but I have a lot of tears running down, because I'm releasing. I'm cleansing, I'm purging. And what that means is that when you finally start to embrace what it is you want, start embrace that version of you feel like is true and that could really come to life. When you start embracing what you deserve and what you love about yourself and what you love about life, you're really going to feel the immense gratitude of existing as who you are and really give gratitude to what you've been through. And when you feel that, and when you feel the release of that, that means you're ready to grow. You're ready to let go. You're ready to allow yourself to evolve. And that is so beautiful because you're allowing yourself to be activated. You're allowing your frequency to rise. You're allowing yourself to believe in things that resonate with your soul. And therefore that means the old you has to be purged, has to be cleansed, has to be released out of your subtle bodies, meaning your emotional, your mental, your spiritual body. And therefore that means that the reason why you're probably crying, the reason why you're probably feeling what you never felt before, has joy, upliftment, gratitude, contentment, it's because you're meant to release that old version of you. So when you grieve and focus on the new you, you're going to feel that cleansing process. You're going to feel like you're not going to want to eat the foods you used to eat. You're going to feel like you don't want to have the habits that you used to have. You're going to feel like you have to stop talking to particular people. You're going to feel like you have to cut some family members off. You're going to feel like you have to leave this job, leave this marriage, let the past go. Because when you start focusing on the new you and willing to commit to breaking up with the old you, you're allowing that old version of you to say, you have done your job. I'm not going to keep carrying this burden when I'm meant to feel light. And a lot of you may be thinking, what if my old version tries so hard to stay? That is where you got to master yourself. And mastery comes from feeling emotions without judgment. Mastery comes with allowing thoughts to come into your mind, but not labeling yourself as those thoughts. Mastery is allowing yourself to commit what feels right to you rather than what does not feel right to you. Mastery is allowing yourself to see that you no longer resonate with the part of you that used to resonate with particular people, places, and things, and saying and accepting the fact that that's okay. But it requires you to start transforming the energy from fear into excitement, meaning get excited about the unknown. Fall in love with the new ways that you can be. Start to get really excited about what if things could actually go right rather than go wrong. So I share this with you guys because when we could finally allow ourselves to get out this coddle culture of wanting to be validated and wanting to play a victim and want people to pity you. And most people would be like, I don't want you to pity me. But yet, why do we keep talking about it? It means because you want people to pity you. I say this with tough love, is that in order for us to be happy, we have to take accountability and responsibility for where our life has ended up. It's not your fault if you were born in a broken home or if you were born poor, but it is your fault if you die poor or if you die like you're unlovable. It will be your fault. So that's what I'm saying. Don't let the old version of you, of what has brought you pain, teach you how to become that pain. But allow that pain and that old version of you to bring you to a new version of you that you gain clarity on what you want and who you want to be, and say thank you rather than letting it destroy you. Facing it with love rather than judging it, and separating yourself and facing what it is you need to face. And embrace the fact that you served your purpose. Now I'm ready to step up. Because when you stop making yourself a victim and take accountability for where you have ended up from the decisions you have made, then you give yourself the power to say, I'm in charge of where my life is going to head, because I'm in charge of my focus. I'm in charge of where my mind is. I'm in charge in the thoughts I want to choose and the feelings I want to feel and the actions I want to take. And boom, bada bing, you'll realize you'll start being committed to that new version of you. And you finally give thanks to the old version of you. So, you guys, that's all I wanted to share on how to finally break up with that old version of you and to embrace and finally focus on the new version of you. And I hope everything I share with you in this video has brought a sense of discernment and brought a sense of activation to assist you to start taking actions and implementing ways that are going to serve that new version of you that you want to bring to life. So on that, beautiful beings, please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video with people you feel may need to hear it. And other than that, you guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Only love.